Tonight's Market Monitor is betting on synchronized global growth. He says investors will get better returns from overseas markets like Europe and Japan in 2014. He's Mark Luschini. He's Chief Investment Strategist at Janney Montgomery Scott. Mark, welcome. Good to have you with us. Let's talk first about your outlook for the U.S. markets in light of what many people expect is going to be the gradual lessening of Federal Reserve stimulus in the economy.
Well, we're expecting 2014 to be an improving year in U.S. domestic growth. What we're seeing here in the latter quarter of 2013, I think, is setting up for pretty decent inertia leading into next year. And with, I think, the loss of fiscal friction caused by the sequestered cuts in the payroll tax holiday that is going to be weaned out of the economy in 2014, coupled with an uptick in business and consumer spending, collectively, we think we can start to tease escape velocity or something around 3% GDP growth before we leave 2014.
Well, as Tyler was introducing you, he said that you're also seeing really good investment opportunities in Europe and Japan. Most people think of those areas as still a little bit shaky. Tell us just quickly why you think that's the way to go.
Sure, Susie. The story in Europe was one of not necessarily that things had to get better, they just had to stop getting worse. And we saw that earlier this year, and now, of course, Europe's posted 2 consecutive quarters of economic growth and really sports some of the cheapest valuations among developed countries. And so what we find there is terrific opportunities for picking up good quality companies, trading inexpensively, especially when compared to U.S. equities, which we think will lead to even better upside potential than staying domiciled here exclusively in the United States.
Let's get to some of your picks here, beginning with Helmerich and Payne. Nice dividend and obviously an exciting business.
Well, we think so, Tyler. I mean, the fact is we're bullish on the energy renaissance that's taking place here in the United States. It has a great portfolio of assets, a lot of rigs in the Bakken Shale and in the Gulf of Mexico, brand new state-of-the-art portfolio of assets as well, nonetheless. So what they're using is the best and most current technology available. And as you said, a handsome dividend yield trading at about 12 times earnings and a nice mid-sized company, about $8 billion in market capitalization.
Your next stock pick goes along with your international theme, TAL International, that's T-A-L, ticker symbol. This stock has almost doubled this past year. Is there still upside? What's the attraction?
Susie, we think so. A purchased New York-based headquartered company with, again, a really attractive dividend yield around 5%, just a little bit over. Once again, trading about 12 times forward earnings. We think the business of leasing to shipping container companies is going to be good on the back of increased domestic and global trade. And needless to say, thematically, this is going to be a company we believe that's going to fit neatly into that opportunity.
Let's go to pick number 3, and I have a couple of questions. It's Japan DXJ, the Wisdom Tree Hedged Equity Fund. I assume it's an ETF. Why an ETF in Japan as opposed to trying to pick a stock over there? And what does hedged mean in this particular case?
Tyler, importantly is the word hedged. And the fact of the matter is what is done here by Wisdom Tree with regard to this ETF is that they've basically negated the currency exchange. So investors can get a pure play on the lift in Japanese equity prices as opposed to perhaps being washed out of the gains that we foresee for the Japanese equity market due to the fact that the yen may continue, which we believe it will, to weaken against the U.S. dollar on a go-forward basis.
All right. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Mark, for those choices. Do you have any disclosures with respect to these securities you just mentioned?
Our clients own all 3, and I own DXJ.
All right. Mark Luschini, Chief Investment Strategist with Janney Montgomery Scott. Thanks.